10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, I'm Amanda with DevExpress and welcome to our live stream. I am here with Don Wibier. Don, how are you doing?
I'm doing totally fine. And we were just talking about the about
I'm
Barbie
just
I think.
Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. We were talking about Barbie.
You love that movie, don't you?
I love the movie, but the Ryan Gosling performance at the Oscars was amazing. Highly recommend watching it.
I
If you
didn't
didn't see
I
it.
didn't see the I didn't see the awards, but I did go with my girls. They're like 7 and 10, so I did check it out with them in the cinema. And I mean, Ken was great. I mean, he was
Yes.
cool.
Yes. Amazing. Anyway, so let's see. Let's move on to our topic. We are still on this DX Hotels app,
Yep.
building with Blazor. What are we going to do today?
Well, we've done quite a bunch of things. So we are now looking at the homepage. And if we are going to select one of those cities here, so let's go to this one. We're going to go to the results page. But still, there is something missing, and that is the filter box on the side, on the right side. And that's what we're going to work on today. And let me also open up the WebForms version so we can see what is actually missing. So here we have the original, which is popping out with an error. What does that say?
Starting off with an error?
This is the demo, so how weird is that?
That's very strange.
Let me have a quick check to see where that was coming from. That was in, oh, that will be not too cool. I didn't do any updates on this machine, I think. Huh. Okay, so that ain't gonna work, I guess. All right, well, we'll have to do it from code then.
So
Let's,
it's not using the demo. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, for some reason, well, it did change something. It's got like a backup file here. That is kind of weird. I have no idea. Well, anyway, let's uh, let's head over to the results page. So we have been dealing with a couple of things, and one of them is obviously the data view. We have replaced that with a grid with one column, and we've used a template to get the same behavior. There is something else which is inside, which is the results filter. And for this, there is an ASPX form layout that will be containing a couple of controls, and that yeah, we need to do that as well. So that's what we're going to start with. It is only too bad that we can't show the demo. Let me see if I open up the demo center. Maybe that is something which is working. If I search for DevExpress, we'll have a demo center here. It might complain about the database, but we'll see. Here we have our web forms. And we have the DX Hotels here. Let's see what it says. So while that thing is running, yeah, we've got it. Phew. All right. So yes, here we are. I'm a happy camper.
Me too. Me too.
So what we have here is that filter box on the right side. And so basically this one. And there is one other thing that I'd like to talk about as well, which is this rating control, because this is something. What we've done last time is I've incorporated a DevExtreme control into our Blazor application for the photo gallery on the homepage. I have also prepped in a similar way. I have prepped this rating control because this is also something we don't have available on Blazor yet. It will come though. And we also have this range selector, and I have already prepared these controls in a similar way as what we did for the photo gallery. But the last thing is this rating indicator, basically. So this is something we also don't have on DevExtreme. So if we have enough time, I'll do something on this as well, because I figured out something that might be fun.
Okay.
So let's first head over here, and we can, as I also told last time, the state of this application is pretty much being maintained by parameters on the query, on the URL. You see, so if I change something, that will change those parameters here as well. Um, and this is something that we're probably, that we're going to maintain in the Blazor application as well. We could do it on different ways, but let's just stick to this approach, because then we can reuse some of the functionality in the WebForms application as well. So if I change this one, what you'll see is that these locations or these parameters have been changed, you see?
Oh, yeah.
Um, and yeah, I've decided to go on the same route, though we could do it differently, but yeah, we want to reuse some code out of our WebForms application. So yeah, we're gonna reuse that. Let's first head over to our results page, and here we have the work that I've done so far. Here is that rating control that I commented out, and here is the results panel, which is completely empty right now. And well, the most convenient way to get started with it is by, yeah, we can copy over a bunch of things from the web forms one, but the markup is gonna be different anyway. So let's see what needs to be changed here. Here we have that results filter. We might be able to take over some of the styling. So let me copy this one over and we'll start replacing a couple of things. We wanted to go to the other page here. Where is that? So I'm gonna just paste it in here, and now we need to change a number of things. So for starters, I'm going to use a DX form layout. And it's gonna have a class with a width of 100%, and the caption position is gonna be put vertically. So this is the caption position vertically, like this. And now obviously this control works slightly different from the web forms one. So let's see. Oh, this looks quite nice. This is Copilot, by the way, that is suggesting some code for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you always have to double check, but let's see how that works. Let me just hit tab to insert it. And then let's see what it says. So it's got this search by city. This is good. And it's got a DX combo box. Well, this is something we definitely won't be needing. The data, yeah, we need to set up some things for the data that should be populated. So let me put this one in. And I'm going to bind some data to it. So let me take this metro areas and then the fields, the value is going to be the state dot metro area, and the text field name is going to be, I'm always using this name of construct, so we're sure that we don't make any typos here. This is coming from the metro area name. And this can all be removed. And let's see if we need something else. I guess we could have a filtering mode, because if I'm not mistaken, there was a filter mode. And that will be filter mode. Oh, what was that again? Data grid filtering mode. Contains. So this allows us to type in a couple of things, and then it will search for that. So that will be the first one. And then we can remove this one. We have that set up. Now, oh yeah, let's check that track bar, because that was a control that I incorporated. What I actually, incorporated out of DevExtreme. And let us quickly go over that. I prepped that already, because otherwise it will take too much work to get our.
Hey, Don, we do have a question that popped up on Twitch. Is the data source an API? Sorry, I got here late. That's okay.
Well, we can answer that right on the spot. No, it is not an API. In fact, the WebForms application is running on a SQL Server database. For that reason, because we are in this process of migrating WebForms into Blazor, I've already decided when we started with this project to go for Blazor server in the first place, which is also connecting to the same database. So no, at this stage, it is a SQL Server database.
Cool, thanks.
The where was I? The track bar. Yeah, as you can see, I have created that gallery. We've done that already, and I have the range slider. And the range slider has been set up in a similar way as what I've done with the gallery. So what that means, I'm going to quickly recap that. I have created this base class, or this class, which contains a dictionary with all the options that come from DevExtreme. And I've also created a base widget that will have a couple of things in common with the gallery and the range slider. And next, there is a small JavaScript file which is able to get those options, because the initialize range slider will have that element where the control will be rendered in, and it will receive an object with options. And this is the way that DevExtreme controls work. You pass in an object, a JavaScript object with the options of that control, and then it will do its thing. So this is actually what I've done. These options will be coming from Blazor, and that will be serialized correctly by the Blazor JavaScript interrupt functionality into this options object. And then there is just a couple of things like set the range slider values, set the options, and set one of the options as well. And if we get back to Blazor, to the code file, what we'll see is that pretty much all these options in that dictionary, I have put them in here. So we have them all available as Blazor properties as well. And this is a fairly simple thing on how to incorporate DevExtreme controls into Blazor by using this approach. I've done the same for the slider. It's got some different options, but the structure is pretty much the same. So I have this CS file that is holding this dictionary with all the options. And again, we have all these options here available as parameters for the Blazor control. And then there is this JavaScript file that will initialize the control. And so this is what I already prepped because we've done this already with the gallery. And this is more or less the same. And yeah, because I've prepared that, I can now go, and this is a track bar. I do need to check whether this one is the track bar or the range. That one didn't work. Yeah, so we have one which is the range selector. It's got like two nuts that you can slide, the start and the end. And the other one is just a track bar that will have like one handle. So we have two different controls for that. And yeah, we can now put that in by doing it in a way. By going here, I'm going to remove this one. And let me put that in like this. I have here the DevExtreme range slider. And as you can see, there are a couple of things that we need to put in the code because we're going to bind this to the properties that are in this component as well. And the nightly rate is good. I can do the same for this one, the customer rating. It's going to look like this, and we need to clean up to make sure that these red things will go away. The last thing that we need probably is this this one. And this is that if we go back to the example here, that is that hour rating thing with the stars. It's a checkbox list with images behind it. If we put in the last two controls, and then we can put in some code that the wobbly lines will go away. So
I was
here,
gonna say, man, that's a lot of red squigglies.
yeah, and that is because I haven't declared these properties yet, but you shouldn't look too long at it. It's making
It
me a
hurts
bit
my
nervous.
eyes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm just pasting in this code pretty quickly. So let's get rid of this because we have already replaced the form layout. As you can see, it's actually a bit less code, which is kind of cool. Let's get rid of this. And now we need to put in a couple of properties here. So for instance, one of the things that we need to, let me check if everything is in there. Yeah, we have the hotels, which are the results basically. So if I'm not mistaken, let me put down this so we can see it at the same time. So I know what is missing here. So we need to do something with the metro area. So let me put in a property of the type I enumerable, and that's going to be metro area like this. And what we'll see is that something goes away. This should go as well. So we fixed this one. We do need to set it, but that's another thing. Now I can go here. So we have the nightly rate start, and we have the nightly rate minimum, maximum, and the end. So we can put that in as well. And we can do that by just saying protected int nightly rate min. Let's do the max. This is Copilot again, which is quite cool. Let me put this on 100 and this one on 99. Oh. And now I can do the start as well. And the end as well. Let's put that on 500. As we can see, these are correct now. Now let's deal with the customer rating. Customer rating minimum. That will be the max. And we need the actual value, which is going to be this one. Let's see why this is still, okay, yeah, that's good. All right, let's check what's going on here. We need the rating data and we need the selected ratings. So for that, I'm gonna put in some more code here. And let's see. So what I've done, I have inserted the selected ratings, which is going to be bound to this one. And I have a list with rating items. That rating item I need to add. That's quite a simple thing. Let me put that here. I can just put it right here. Rating item. And to clean it up, I will put it right at the bottom. That rating item is going to be used so we can have an image URL in there for those stars. And it's got a value of 1. So we can actually select one of those items. I'm using the item display template here on the DX list box. So it will look exactly the same as it did on the WebForms version. All right, then we'll need the location data and the selected location. So the location data is going to be loaded from, that's going to be a fixed thing. That's also the same in the original version. That's hard-coded. So I'm just going to put that one in here. And I'm going to put this one in as well. And if we check how this is done in the original version, let me show you that. If I go here, what we'll see is there is a combo box that will have these values hard-coded. So this is, I reconstructed this by using a model, a list of models to do it a bit more the Blazor way. So I have the location data. The only thing I need to do is I need to do something with the selected location, which is something I don't have yet. Protected string selected location. And I'm going to put that on default. Okay, I'm going to put this one up again because as you can see, most of this red wobbly lines have gone now. You see that?
I do.
Ah, wow. There is only one left.
Let me see.
Yeah, that is the button because I have bound this button. Apply filter button, click. And that's something that we don't have yet. And that's the last one. But then once I have that included, we can at least see if this looks pretty much the same as the original one. So before we can do that, I need to put that code in. I'm going to copy this one over. And right here, I will say protected, void this. It will receive some mouse event arguments. And if I'm not mistaken, all the red lines are gone. Yeah. Okay, I think we can have a check to see how this looks.
Let's see it.
Oh, yeah.
Need a drum roll.
I don't have but I do have another one, which is, let me see.
Hopefully that wasn't too loud.
Forget it. That was not it. This is, yeah, this is not it. Where is it? It was here. Let me close this one. Hey, look at this. This is it.
Hey.
It's not entirely correct, but it's starting to look like something at least. We have the stars.
Yeah.
The city is empty. That box is empty. That's true because we didn't get any data in it. And the same for the location. It's also not bound to any data yet. So, but at least in a visual way, it looks pretty much like what we wanted to do. So now we can take over some of the code. There is one thing we do need to check, and that is why that controls, those DevExtreme controls, are not being shown right now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there are some errors here.
So,
Yeah, we're not gonna be.
okay.
Yeah, we have to read this carefully. So it failed to fetch the dynamically imported module, DX Hotel controls DevExtreme range slider. And I think that I do know what this is. This is DX with capitals. And if I am not mistaken, Yeah, it does have the capital as well. It can't find the file. It can't load these files. So this has probably something to do with anything here. Content DX Hotels controls DevExtreme range slider .razor.js. That looks okay. And let's check this one as well. DX Hotels controls slash DevExtreme slider .razor.js. That should be able to find that. And what about the gallery? DX Hotels controls. Well, that looks quite okay. Let me rebuild this. And here something is missing. That is weird.
What did that say? DevExtreme base widget?
Yeah, which is the one. I don't see any errors here. This one is built correctly. Yeah, the DevExtreme base widget is this class, and it's an abstract class that you can use to import any other DevExtreme widgets.
Hmm.
It's got a bunch of things here that you can override and you need to implement and stuff like that, which is what I changed off stream basically. This one builds. Let's see, and it could also be that I need to do a hard reload on the browser for some reason. Let's see if it now builds. This looks good. And I'm gonna empty the cache and do a hard reload. Oh, then it stopped the server, obviously. So let's start the application up again and see if we can, there it will come. And as you can see, we have the controls here. You see?
I see. Oh yeah, they're there. Nightly rate, customer rating.
Yeah, so these two are the DevExtreme controls. So apparently something in the browser, cache-wise or whatever, didn't quite, wasn't able to load those JavaScript files, but now they're loaded. And what you'll see is that we have those controls working.
Yes, sir.
Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's move a bit further and get some data into the location and the search by city, and let's see if we can make something change when we change something in the filter box. For this, I will go back to the results page of the WebForms application because there is some functionality in there that we can reuse. And so what we see here, if we take a quick look, when the page is loaded, the location combo box is data bound, the selected item is set, all the track controls, they're all being initialized with like minimum and maximum values. So yeah, this is something that we can take over. And yeah, what we will do is I will put that in the uninitialized async. So let's copy this stuff over. move over to the results of the Blazor application, and right here, I did put some stuff in here. So we have the hotels, the find hotels thing, and I will create an extra method here, which I will call refresh filters, like this. What we'll do, I'll copy this stuff in the ensure token list. That's another thing that we'll get on a bit later. Is going to be off. I'm gonna comment this one out as well, because this is going to be dealt with in a different way. And here, what we need to do is the location combo box. We don't need that because we now have a collection with data items, which is bound to that box directly. So we can get rid of this. The nightly rate track bar, we don't reference that, but we just need to change this. So we're going to do this because I'm now going to set this nightly rate max, and that one, let us move up, is the property right here, and that property is bound to that range control. So the only thing that we need to do is just set those properties. Same goes here. Nightly rate min. Nightly rate start was the other one, if I'm correct. So we can get rid of this one. Can get rid of this one. And why is this still the state? We need to get this out of the way as well. The rating item could not be found. The customer rating, we can move this one out as well. This also has become a property. Oh, we need to change these ones as well. Nightly rate min, nightly rate max. So I'm just changing basically property names here. And the value can go here as well. And the last thing that we need to do is get rid of this and get rid of that. Then we have the filter min price and the filter max price. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And here we have another one. So this is typically something which works differently in Blazor as it works in WebForms. I'm only still, the type or namespace rating item could not be found, but I'm not doing anything there. Let's see. If I do it like this. The map image, that is the map on top of the page, but we'll get to that a bit later. The only thing that I need to do is I need to get that max room price, And that is something I need to do differently. And that has something to do with the fact that the loading mechanism of Entity Framework is slightly different. So for that, I've created a method, which I will also do for the minimum price, like this. And I'm still a bit. Why is this all turning red again?
Hmm.
I've probably missed. Oh yeah, I see it.
What do you see?
Yeah, I saw a lot of
Oh.
red, and I was like, where is something wrong between all the red lines? Uh, but I copied over one curly brace too much, which caused everything to kind of tilt to red.
Wow, one extra curly brace did all that.
I can do it again. You see, just
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
And it's gone.
Feels a little harsh.
Yeah. All right. So I have also created these two methods because if I would use the same approach as that has been done with the WebForms version, the entity framework version that is used in the WebForms demo is an older version as entity framework core, and the loading mechanisms are slightly different. So that's why I have created these two extra helper methods to get those prices, the lowest price of a specific room in a specific city. Yeah, so that is one thing that needs to be changed. One of the other things that I need to do is I need to have that get integer value, and that get integer value is also something which does a bit of checking there. Otherwise, we'll get some errors. That thing is just checking whether the text value is empty. If it's not empty, it's going to take the default value, and otherwise it will try to convert it to the correct value, basically. And so that is done over here. And then there is still this state. This state needs to be loaded in as well. And let me have a quick check to see what I forgot here. The check hotel filter. We need to find to do something here now. So I have commented this out, so it would only filter on the area. But now, since we have the other properties as well, I can now start to use these filters as well. But then again, I will need to change those property names again. So let me do that really quickly. Because these are the controls, the WebForms controls, and we are now dealing with other things here, like this. And then there is still something about those, about that state. And that state is obviously that state with the URL, and that is something we're going to reuse as well. So let's get to the top, and let me see where that was. That is something that I put in this base page. So here I have that state, And the reason why it can't find it is probably because this page is inherited from it. Yeah. In that case, let's see what it says. Oh, that is the wrong application that I'm trying to build now. Oh, this is here. This one is not good. State dot metro. This is metro area. Huh. Oh, that's it.
Oh, areas.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was apparently there is that is something that has changed when we scaffolded the database a couple of episodes back.
Mm.
It returned some things with different names, and that is something that we are encountering right now. So here we have this metro area, and apparently there is also something which is called metro area. So let's check what that is. Metro areas, yeah, that's something different. So we need to change that to the single one. Let's save that to make sure that it's okay. And the cool thing that we can also do now is we can apply that filter button. Click. So how would that look? That would typically do pretty much the same as what has been done in the original version. So if I would go to my results WebForms page, there should be that function as well, or that method. We have this apply button. So this is typically almost the same with a couple of exceptions. And again, one of the things is that we need to access not the control itself, but we need to change this to start. We're now dealing with that properties instead of the controls. And I'll speed that process up a bit by just saying, this is going to be it. And this is going to be different as well. We don't have a response.redirect, but instead we'll have a navigation manager. That will navigate us to results with the query string parameters. And so again, this functionality is taken straight off the WebForms application, and we are using the same information to maintain state in the application. So something was not the metro area image area. This is something that has been messed up slightly. It has something to do with that metro area thing.
Not
So
metro
here,
area again.
yeah, sorry. It is this, but what is this? This is typically the same, you see?
Hmm.
So what has happened here? And it's got like a whole bunch of those. You see that? They're all like a
Yeah.
hotel features. I would say that I need to get rid of this. Huh. And what was the exact error message again? I couldn't find anything. Metro area does not contain a definition for map image URL. Okay, so this is probably here in the extension class. There is probably a class.
Oh, map image URL.
Which has been renamed. I will check before committing this code to see what's going wrong here, because apparently there has been some scaffolding mix-up. Metro areas could not be found. Huh. And then I will probably complain about it some more.
Some more
Okay,
complaining.
how would you call it? How would you call this? I would say it's complaining, but maybe I'm wrong here. Oh, now it's
We got a comment from Cold MTL. Was it an underscore? Was it underscore in the error message?
well, it is also now, which it is also trying to compile the WebForms version, which for some reason is also giving me some errors here. So let's first get rid of that. And something, let me set the starter project to this one, and I don't want to build the WebForms one. So we'll get rid of some questions. For some reason, what I find a bit typical is that there is like these entity types, which are in plural and in singular form. So we've got the hotel image and we've got the hotel images, which are pretty much the same. And that will fail on that extensions, those extension classes. So if this is a partial class of the metro area, and therefore there is a map URL, and that is causing some issues which I haven't seen before. And it is now starting on the entity type configuration. I don't even want to do that. I'm going to build this one again. Metro areas map. But this is also something that comes. Okay, I'm going to remove this project altogether from the solution right now, because it's still giving me some errors on the WebForms version, which I don't want. All right, so now it is saying the metro areas. All right.
Should be area, right? Yeah. Well,
And this is hotel images feature. I will check before we commit this into the repo. But it says it's fine.
Okay.
Well, well,
Well, well.
Let's first. This is the WebForms version. That's what we don't want.
We don't want web
I
forms.
want this one, and now we're back here. I will go to Vegas.
We're going to Vegas.
See, of course. All right, well, at least something is happening here, but not everything. So
what's working? The search box is working there, search by city?
well, at least it filled in the correct city, so it got that out of the location. So, but the list is not populated. So to quickly check that out as well, here we are, and the Find Hotels is there. There's one thing, and it seems that those locations have not been loaded in. And why are those locations not loaded? If I go to the filter box here, the metro areas, they seem to be empty because they are not loaded anywhere, and we need to load them in the uninitialize, I guess. So if I go back to here, we do filter the hotels, and the metro areas, we need to get them as well. And then to make sure, I will still comment these ones out to make sure that we get any data. Okay, so here we have the hotels back.
Nice.
And here we also have the locations now. And if I would change this to San Francisco and hit apply, it still does not work. So Amanda, how long are we already on?
We've hit our hour mark.
Okay, okay. Well, obviously, I did check this. But better be safe than sorry. There is one thing that was annoying me a bit, and that was the drop-down box was a bit small here. So if I would say I want to have this call span small on 12, we'll have a bit bigger drop-down box. What does it say? was going to disable this one. And I was putting that one in.
Okay.
All right, so at least we have this one. That's bigger now. The only thing that we do need to check is whether why this box is filled as well with the locations, and we have our rating box as well. The only thing that doesn't work. Oh, and we have the image on top. You see. So now we have Las Vegas. But if I hit apply, nothing happens, which is, so if I would go back to the home page, I'll pick another one. We'll see that this works as well. And also the map has changed. So one thing that doesn't work is the apply button. And why is that not working? We can do that by debugging. Probably something is happening in that, an exception is probably happening in the onClick handler. And because we are doing this navigate methods from the navigation manager, we won't see that error message that easily. So let's put a breakpoint here and get back to our page. We're going to go. If I would change this one to San Francisco and hit apply, we're going to be here. And this seems good. Nightly rate is 100. Minimum as well. Customer rating is 1. You see here the value from the selected ratings cannot be null. So we can change this to ratings. You need to check why that selected ratings is not assigned. But I think we should be able to see the filter function in action. Is it already there? Oh, no, there it goes. It's taking a bit of time. You see that? Okay, we were back. San Francisco, edit.
Okay.
Hey, but yeah, it's still in Vegas. You see,
Yeah, it's not changing.
it's not changing anything here, but also it's still busy for some reason. So I did see a whole bunch of things firing off here at the database. So I'm pretty sure that with that stuff that we had before on Entity Framework, I need to clean it up. But we won't be doing that in this stream, I guess. But I will do that before I commit these changes into the repository. Because I think that for some reason this is getting a bit upset. This is still Vegas, and this is still busy. You see, this one is extremely busy with a different location, but still something is. Yeah, this is a bit too sad. Yeah. So, Amanda, what do you think? Do you want me to fix this now or later?
Well, I mean, we're over our hour. I say let's figure it out offline and address it next time.
Sounds like a good plan.
Did I just see a Visual Studio update needed?
No, you didn't. I checked it before we went online, and now it comes with, hey, we have an update. It's fresh. It's fresh because I checked it before we went
Oh,
online. But oh man, yeah.
oh, wow.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that it got messed up right here with all the entities that are
Yeah, there's
somehow.
something weird going on over there.
Yeah, yeah. So I will. Yeah, I have. You have to excuse me for this. I will clean this up and. The repository is on our live. We have these days a live stream, a live repository on GitHub. If I'm not mistaken, it will be pasted in the chat box
Yeah,
where
sorry,
you
the
can
question
actually
came in
donate.
on Twitch. Will the project solution be available for download? And yeah, there's the link for everyone on
Absolutely.
YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me move over to this page. Get rid of this one. Yeah, if you go to this repository, right here, we have the DX Hotels. And that is the project that we're working on right now. And as I said, I will check out why this doesn't work right now. I will clean up the entity framework folder with the models and before I actually commit the filtering features. So yeah, you can just download it, play around with it, and check it out.
Okay. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing how we fix this next time. I mean, it happens. It happens in all sorts of
Yeah, that's not
demos,
one of
right?
my favorite endings here, but yeah.
No, it's what we call a cliffhanger in the business. To be
Yeah,
it's a to be continued episode.
exactly. And we will continue.
We will continue it in 2 weeks. All right, everybody. That's it for this one. We do have a check our schedule on Twitch and on YouTube. We have another live stream tomorrow with Don. Don will be back with Gregory. He's
Absolutely.
working with React, and that's at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with the time change that has occurred in the US, but not for you, Don. Is that what?
You guys, You really like summer, don't you? You're so fast.
Yes, we switch times here, but you switch at the end of March. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think that in the last weekend of March we'll be on summertime. Yeah.
Okay, on summertime. All right. So you can see Dawn tomorrow, and then we will check our schedule for next week, and Dawn will be back in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.